Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing great. Happy Saturday. We got part 2 of this college football video, just covering the second half of the top 25. Might throw a couple other matchups in there. We'll see. But yeah, if you didn't see part 1, just covered a bunch of top 25 games, some good matchups. So go ahead and check that video out too. If you, I didn't want to make it like a 30-40 minute video with all the games on today, so we just decided to split it up. So yeah, guys, be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my links in the description below to get in on the action today, guys. And yeah, we'll hop in it. First matchup, we got BYU versus USF. BYU opening up as 11.5-point road favorites with the over-under at 58. You can get BYU on the money line at -400, USF plus 340. BYU last season finished 7-10, or finished 7-3 in their last 10 to end the season. Coming off a 31-28 bowl game loss against UAB. USF, they were bad last season. Finished the season on a 5-game losing streak. Yeah, rough, very rough. They played BYU last year, losing 35-27. We got Gary Bohannon as the quarterback for USF. Going to be tough, BYU starting the season outranked. So big expectation for BYU against this bad USF team here. I'm liking BYU on the road, -11.5 money line, 8-2 against the American Athletic Conference, 6-0 in September. So you'd love to see that here. Rolling with BYU on the road. Next matchup, we have Troy versus Ole Miss. Ole Miss opening up as 21.5-point home favorites with the over-under at 57. You can get Troy, or you can get Ole Miss on the money line at -1,500. Troy plus 1,100. Troy, not the greatest season last year. Definitely a tough season for them. Ole Miss, good season for Ole Miss. I mean, they could score. Losing their quarterback last year in Matt Corral, but nonetheless, this this Ole Miss team gonna put up a lot of points. They score a lot, have a fast offense, and I'm liking Ole Miss here at home opener. 9-0 at home, 16-0 against the Sun Belt, where they've just been dominant. Yeah, we're gonna buy that half a point. I'm sorry, we're gonna buy a point with Ole Miss. Get them -20.5, so they only have to win by 3 touchdowns instead of winning by 4. So buy that point, guys. And take an Ole Miss spread and 1,500. If you're doing a 6-10, 16 parlay or higher, throw them in a money line parlay as well. Next matchup, we have Rice versus USC. USC opening up as 32.5-point home favorites with the over-under at 61.5. You can get USC on the money line at -25,000. Such a value today. Rice plus 9,000. Rice, not the greatest year last year. USC did not have a good year. Finished on a 4-game losing streak. Tough year, but a lot of turnover. USC kind of built up like a dream team here. I mean, they got all kinds of great talent. We're going to see what USC does this season. I mean, big expectations for USC, guys. And coming off a bad year last year, they get Lincoln Riley, brought in their quarterback. They brought in so many players from the transfer portal. And, they have so much talent on the board here. We're going to see how they play this year. A lot of eyes on USC with the talent they brought in. So, they should be able to run it up on Rice. Taking USC -32.5 and throw them in a teaser. Next matchup, we have Albany versus Baylor. Baylor opening up as 41.5-point home favorites with the over-under at 44.5. Not much to say about this matchup here. Baylor playing Albany, a team they're going to probably murder. Coming off a great season last year, beating Ole Miss 21-7 in their bowl game to end the season. Yeah, big expectations for Baylor. Had a great year, beating Oklahoma State to get into a nice bowl game. And yeah, had a great year, beat the big teams they needed to beat last year. Should be able to run it up on Albany. So taking Baylor minus 41.5. Throw them in a teaser. Next matchup, we have Illinois State versus Wisconsin. Wisconsin opening up as 35-point home favorites with the over-under at 40. Wisconsin 17-3 in September. Finished season 5-1 at home. Great year for Wisconsin last year. Beat Arizona State in their bowl game. They're in a tough conference, you already know, and definitely need a nice statement win at home against Illinois State. They're going to run the ball, play great defense. Give me Wisconsin minus 30 by the half a point, since it's sitting at an even touchdown line at 35 by the half a point, so they only have to win by 5. But throw them in a teaser, lower that point total. Next matchup, we have Miami, Ohio versus Kentucky. Kentucky opening up as 15-point home favorites with the over-under at 54.5. You can get Kentucky on the money line at minus 650. Miami, Ohio plus 500. Miami, Ohio made it to a bowl game last year, so had an okay season, beating North Texas in their bowl game. Kentucky, great season. Coming off an Iowa win, and great year for Kentucky. Finished season on a 4-game winning streak. Big surprise last year. Kentucky turned it up last year, and I think they're going to be prized for another good year this year. Finished 8-1 at home, 10-0 against the Mid-American Conference. Yeah, give me Kentucky minus 15. Throw them in your money line parlays. Next matchup, big matchup. We got Utah versus Florida. Utah, ranked in the top 10, which you don't see too much. Opening up as 2.5-point road favorites with the over-under at 51.5. You can get Utah on the money line at minus 135. Florida plus 120. Utah, what a season they had. Lost to Ohio State by 3 in their bowl game. But great year for Utah. They were dominant on both sides of the ball. Florida dealing with some injuries. A lot of players questionable and out for this matchup. Florida losing to UCF in their bowl game. Did not have a good year last year. Very underachieving year for Florida. Finished the season 0-7 covering the spread. And guys, I'm liking Utah money line minus 2.5 on the road. Big expectations for Utah. Got a great offense and great defense coming into Florida. I'm liking Utah. Big expectations for Utah this year. Give me the Utes on the road. Next matchup, we have Notre Dame versus Ohio State. Monster matchup here. Ohio State opening up as 16-point home favorites with the over-under at 59. You can get Ohio State on the money line at minus 700. Notre Dame plus 560. Notre Dame got Tyler Buchner as their starting quarterback. Ohio State, best receiving core in the country. Probably the best quarterback in CJ Stroud. Elite run game, elite defense. It's going to be very tough for Notre Dame. Very tough. Losing Chip Kelly. We're going to see how Notre Dame plays, to be honest. But Ohio State 6-0 at home, 7-0 against the independent conference. Ohio State coming off that Utah Bowl win. I just don't think I can bet against Ohio State with the talent they have. We're going to see what Notre Dame does, man. I don't hate the plus 16 for Notre Dame. I think they could definitely potentially cover and make it a really great matchup. But they're already at a disadvantage with trying to be able to cover. Ohio State, all their receivers are pretty much elite. Not just one guy they can lock down. They have to lock down an entire receiving core. CJ Stroud throws bombs. It's going to be so tough. I like Ohio State minus 16. Throw them in your moneyline parlays, guys. I think they're going to be a solid addition today. Throw them in a teaser, but yeah, I'm taking the Buckeyes at home in this one. Next matchup, we have Utah State versus Alabama. Bama opening up as 41.5-point home favorites with the over-under at 63. Bama, you can get them on the money line at minus 9,500. Utah State plus 25,000. If Utah State somehow won, you would be so rich, but it would never happen. Utah State had a good year last year, finished 9-1 in their last 10, beating UConn in their bowl game. I mean, great year for Utah State. Bama losing to Georgia in the championship, tough for Bama. Had that loss, had the 2 losses last year. You already know you don't bet against Bama. 10-0 at home, 20-0 in September. We're taking Bama. The 41.5 is concerning, but these teams that aren't in the SEC, they just can't score on Bama. They just can't for like the last 10 years. We see it every time. These out of conference teams, man, they just get murdered. Going to be tough for Utah State. We're taking Bama minus 41.5. Throw them in a teaser. And yeah, we're taking the Crimson Tide in this one. All right, and these last 2 matchups are just non-ranked teams, but matchups I do find intriguing today. We got North Carolina versus Appalachian State. App State opening up as 2-point home favorites with the over-under at 56.5. North Carolina already coming off a win last week against FAMU, 56-24. App State finished last year on a 2-game losing streak here. But yeah, UNC already has a game under the belt. Look good against FAMU, which they should have. Losing a lot of talent, losing Sam Howell, but they had a great first game here. I just like North Carolina +2, getting amount of value on the road here. Man, I just think it's an intriguing play. North Carolina as the underdog today on the road, already have a game. Week 1, you might see these teams struggle a little bit, try and find their rhythm. North Carolina already has their rhythm, beating up on FAMU. I'm intrigued. I like North Carolina +2 and +110 on the money line on the road. Then the last matchup, we got Arizona versus San Diego State. San Diego State opening up as a 6.5-point home favorite with the over-under at 46.5. Intrigued by San Diego State here. Arizona was, I'd say, one of the worst teams in football last year. They were so bad. San Diego State, very good last year. Very good team. Finished 9-1, or finished 8-2 in their last 10. A lot of good, they pretty much dominated their conference, and they were very good. Arizona 0-10 on the road. San Diego State 17-1 in September, 12-3 at home. Yeah, I think it's a pretty cheap. I know Arizona, it's a new year, but they were so bad last year. San Diego State at home, -6.5. Give me the Aztecs at home. All right, guys, that's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Saturday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Sunday. Have a good one.